You haven't started because you're lazy. You haven't started because you're scared. Somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that not trying is safer than trying and failing. So you wait. You wait for the right time. You wait until you feel ready. You wait until the fear goes away. But here's what nobody tells you. The fear never goes away. It just waits with you. Think about that idea you've had for months. The business, the course, the conversation you need to have. Why haven't you done it yet? Is it really because you don't have time? Or is it because some part of you is terrified of trying and finding out you're not good enough? That fear has a name, and it's been running your life quietly for a lot longer than you realize. So let's break down exactly how the fear of failure controls you without you even noticing it. The first way it controls you is through delay. You tell yourself you're preparing. You tell yourself you're researching. You tell yourself you just need one more course, one more book, one more sign. But preparation has a limit, and you passed it a while ago. What you're actually doing is stalling, because as long as you haven't officially tried, you haven't officially failed. Delay feels like responsibility, but it's actually just fear wearing a productive disguise. The second way it controls you is through shrinking your goals. You don't aim for the big thing, you aim for the safe thing. You don't apply for the job you actually want, you apply for the one you know you'll get. You don't say what you actually think, you say the version that won't upset anyone. Here's the problem with that. When you always aim small to avoid failing, you also avoid ever really succeeding. You trade the chance of a real win for the guarantee of a small, forgettable one. The third way it controls you is through your self-image. Somewhere in your mind, failing at something feels like proof that you are a failure. Not that you failed at one thing, but that failing means something about who you are. So you protect that image at all costs. Imagine someone who never tries out for the team, never asks the person out, never submits the application. From the outside, it looks like they just don't care. But underneath, they care so much that they'd rather stay uncertain forever than face the version of themselves that tried and lost. And the fourth way it controls you is the most exhausting one. You replay every possible failure in your head before it even happens. You imagine the embarrassment. You imagine people laughing. You imagine the rejection email, the awkward silence, the disappointed look. You live through the failure 100 times in your imagination before you've even given yourself the chance to try. Here's what's true. Most of what you fear never actually happens the way you imagined it. And even when things do go wrong, you survive it every single time. So here's what all of this comes down to. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of it. Every person you admire, every person who built something real, failed first, not once, often. The only real difference between them and someone who stays stuck is that they kept starting anyway. Fear didn't disappear for them, they just stopped waiting for it to disappear before they moved. The truth is simple, even if it's uncomfortable to hear. You don't need to feel ready, you need to start before you feel ready. Trust that you can handle whatever the outcome is. Trust that failing at something is not the same as failing at life. Trust that staying still to avoid failure is still a form of losing. The next time you catch yourself waiting for the fear to go away before you act, pause. Ask yourself one question. Am I actually not ready, or am I just afraid? That one question can start to break the cycle. Now I want you to think of one thing you've been putting off out of fear. One small step you could take today. Write it down in the comments below. Saying it out loud, even in text, takes away some of its power. If this video helped you see this pattern in your own life, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me. Because we're going to keep learning how to move forward, even when the fear doesn't fully go away, together.